Smartest sports YouTuber, back with another video. And I'm here to tell you why Joe Burrow is better than Justin Herbert. It's a fact. He is. He is better than Justin Herbert. And you might be thinking, how could you say that after Justin Herbert's rookie year? Who's the best rookie quarterback out of the 2018 class? That was Baker Mayfield. And he's the third best now because the second year, Lamar Jackson turned into the best. The third year, it was Josh Allen. And going forward, I guarantee most people, if they're not biased, they would take Josh Allen going forward, and then Lamar Jackson, and then Baker Mayfield. So it's not all about your rookie year, and it's important to see how they project towards the end of the season. Because teams have more time for film study, they have more film on them, so it's important to see how the rookie quarterbacks adjust into their second year. If we look at the numbers, Joe Burrow's one of the best intermediate throwers in the game. Intermediate routes, medium passing game, that's where games are won and lost. Joe Burrow is one of the best in the league by the numbers. It's a fact. He also has one of the lowest interception rates in the league. For a rookie, that's how great he was. Justin Herbert, he had 10 picks. He will turn the ball over more than Joe Burrow. And if we look at Justin Herbert's last 5 games, not including the Chiefs game, where they sat their important people. So if you look at his past 5 games, besides the Chiefs games, because they sat everyone, he played one playoff team. He had a 63% completion percentage, 267 yards per game, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks, 6.6 yards per attempt, 86.5 passer rating. Let's look at Joe Burrow's last 5 games. He played 5 playoff teams compared to Justin Herbert's 1 playoff team. He had a 65% completion percentage. That's 2 points higher than Justin Herbert. He had 277 yards per game. That's 10 yards more than Justin Herbert. He had 2 more touchdowns than Justin Herbert with 9. He had 2 interceptions. That's 2 less than Justin Herbert. 6.9 yards per attempt. That's 0.3 higher than Justin Herbert's. 92.9 passer rating. That's 6 more than Justin Herbert. So if we look at how they were trending, Joe Burrow was trending up before his injury. And remember, he played 5 playoff teams his last 5 games. And the game he got hurt against Washington had one of the best pass defenses in the league. They had a top 3 pass defense. And Joe Burrow was moving the ball that whole half against them. And the start of the third quarter. Randy Bullock missed 2 field goals in that game. And they got stopped on the goal line. He had no problem moving the ball in that game. He was dominating their defense. And if we look at after the Washington game, they had a stretch. Easy, they could have won the last 5 out of 6 games of their season. The schedule was starting to soften up before Joe Burrow got hurt. So the numbers you guys want to talk about, Joe Burrow missed out on numbers against weaker teams that he could have played before the injury, because against the great defenses he played good in. The Colts, he dominated the Colts. He moved the ball on the Colts defense, no problem. Like I just said, Washington. Cleveland was a playoff team. Both games against Cleveland, a division rival, a really good team, he dominated them. His 2 worst games were against the Ravens and the Steelers, and they got blown out in those games. And when Joe Burrow doesn't have a good game, they're obviously going to get blown out because Joe Burrow was the whole offense last year. You saw after Joe Burrow went down, their offense dipped dramatically. Now, Justin Herbert, we got to remember, when they got drafted, it was unanimous. We all thought whoever got drafted by the Chargers, if the Chargers took a quarterback, that quarterback was set up a lot easier than in Cincinnati or Miami. So the people shitting on Joe Burrow and Tua and boosting up Justin Herbert, let's remember, before the draft, we all knew whoever went to the Chargers had a huge advantage over the other 2. So it shouldn't surprise you that Justin Herbert had the best rookie season. And he only had that because Joe Burrow got hurt. Because like I said, Joe Burrow was trending in a better direction than Justin Herbert was. So the last 5 games for Justin Herbert, outside of that Chiefs game, his numbers were not nearly as good. So that just lets you know, as teams got more film on him, his numbers started to dip and dip and dip. So going into next year, I won't be surprised if he has a sophomore slump and Joe Burrow doesn't have a sophomore slump. I think he's going up. I think Justin Herbert's going to come back down. Joe Burrow's going to win Comeback Player of the Year. He's going to show why he's better than Justin Herbert. And it's as simple as that. If you want to argue that, we can, because I will school you, because I use nothing but facts. And Herbert fanboys are going to use their emotion. Charger fanboy, I can't even say Charger fans, because I don't even, is there Chargers fans? I don't know. But dive into the deep analytics and advanced numbers, you will find out just a lot of Justin Herbert's yards and his completion percentage was just based off of dump downs. He was dumping the ball down a lot, and he still had 10 interceptions. Joe Burrow had one of the lowest interception rates in the league, and he was throwing the ball deeper downfield than Justin Herbert on average. So if we're talking about taking care of the ball, Joe Burrow's taking care of the ball better than Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert next year is going to have double-digit interceptions again. He's going to be around 25, 28 touchdowns in that range. So he's going to come back down, and you might be thinking, oh, well, the Chargers did do a really good job with their O-line, so Justin Herbert will have some help. But the Bengals also did a good job with their O-line. Not nearly as good as the Chargers did, but Joe Burrow's just a better quarterback. He'll make up for the difference just with his skill alone. So don't be surprised. Joe Burrow will have a better year next year. People are already putting Justin Herbert in the top 10. They're saying he might be top 5 by the end of next year. That's not going to happen. He's going to have a sophomore slump. Joe Burrow will be better. So remember this video, because people like to point out when people are wrong, but I know this is going to be right. So remember this video. Look back on this video during the season when I'm looking to be right. After the season, when I'm definitely right, go back to this video and watch it. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you just listen to the smartest sports YouTuber on the planet, and I'm out.